My question for you guys this week is if the first town we meet in the Grand Line is a trap, how are you supposed to trust anybody going forward?
You're not supposed to trust anyone. This is the Grand Line. This is no joke.
Yeah, I don't know why they trusted anybody to begin with.
Luffy. It's all Luffy's fault. He's the
He's
one that's like, okay, we'll take you home. You know, it's not a
he's just
problem.
such a
Even though,
positive. He's so positive and loving, and like everybody's cool until they're not. But like, it's like, oh well, like you can't be like that, brother. You cannot be like that. Don't trust anybody. You have to earn trust.
yeah, maybe Luffy sees something in these characters that we don't. You know, that could be a thing. But
Ooh.
so far, I think Luffy does need to learn that there is gray. It's not just black and white. It's not just purely good and purely bad people. So we'll see.
Yeah. Well, so whiskey. Your reference is obviously to Whiskey Peak, which is the first island, the town that we get to, right? So what I keep going back to Iliad and Odyssey. I mean, it's incredible what's going on here, but like the reference to the sirens who lure sailors with their song, and ultimately to their death or demise. And like Whiskey Peak is that luring of our sailors with food and beer. But it's that same sense of like, oh sure, come on in, let's throw a party, and we're just like, okay.
The thing that doesn't add up. On one hand, they're saying these people are hungry and that's why we're hunting Lagoon. On the other hand, they're throwing a party for the
Yeah,
pirates.
yeah,
I'm like,
right.
who are you trying to fool?
Right, you said you didn't have any food, but they do reference that. He's like, "Well, why did we throw a party for them? We're almost out of food, and we wasted all of it on these." And then you realize it was because they needed to gain their trust and get them to
Mm-hmm.
pass out from all the liquor. Which Nami
Whoa.
again, this girl,
Wait. We'll
I
talk about it.
gotta,
We gotta
I
start.
just gotta. Oh, I love her.
All right, welcome to another episode of More Than One Piece. I am your host, and I'm joined by my friends Kaiser and Afo. And that's the opening, I think. Whiskey Peak is our first. Well, okay, before Whiskey Peak, as Afo has been waiting all week to discuss, it's snowing in the Grand Line. Guys, it's
Yeah.
snowing.
It's snowing.
Yeah, it's the weather is so unpredictable. Nami mentions it like, oh, it was sunny like a minute ago, and now it's snowing all of a sudden. And I love how she's screaming at the whole crew while Zoro is like asleep and screaming at the others like, shovel the snow. And you see Sanji with his heart bubbles coming out of his eyes, like, sure. You
I
know,
love how
let me
in
know
love
what
Sanji
else.
is.
What else can I do?
He's such a puppy dog around Nami. I love it. Yeah,
It's
like
not just Nami though. Yeah, it's not just
well,
around
right.
Nami though.
As we see, he is a little lover boy for
Literally
sure.
every girl that he meets, he's like, "Oh my god."
Yeah, he's such a playboy. I kind of love him. But I love that how they're having like snowball fight and like they're making snowmen, and of course Luffy's snowman is just like trash with a barrel on his head. But then like Usopp is the artist, just like he painted the flag. He also made this beautiful snow woman, not
Mm-hmm.
snowman, but it looked like a
So,
Michelangelo sculpture. It was beautiful. In
yeah.
fact,
Um,
there it is.
oh, look at that. The days of having to spend 25 minutes flipping through the book are over.
They're
We've made it,
gone.
boys.
Because of
We've
all of
made
They're
my
it.
gone.
because of all of my fringes.
So then we end up at Whiskey Peak, where we got these big cacti, but well, they call it the island of giant cactuses. And we start our party. They are, as we said, greeted by a celebration, and there's a feast, and the island is going to try to kill them. But let's talk about the village, the town first. Let's talk about the town. Go ahead, Kaiser, pop off.
Well, so obviously this is the introduction to the first sort of island in the Grand Line, and it's just a giant cactus garden. And so that sets us up for Oda's imagination and how many islands there are and what these islands are going to be like, and the fact that it snowed a couple of minutes ago, like crazy amounts of snow, and it was freezing, and then it was super warm and beautiful and tropical again, and there's people living on this island, and they're luring our sailors in with song and food and drink. And there's even a reference to the mayor of this island. I'm gonna probably slaughter his name, but Igarapoi. Igarapoi.
Yeah, he's got a longer, more complicated name, but as we learn later, we can just call him Igaram.
Igarap.
Igor.
Igaram.
Igarap.
No, with an M. Igaram.
Igaram. Igaram for short.
Igaram.
Yeah, but he sort of like sings between his words, right? The mimi, like when you warm up your throat. But it was to me, that was a reference to the sirens of that luring people in with song. They lure them in with food and drink. Easy to do. I'm very susceptible to food and drink, so invite me over for dinner and I'm yours. But like that's there's a sense of like impending doom, danger, oddities. So this town just kind of it's just setting me up for Oda's imagination. Like it's gonna be a fun run.
I was truly worried. They kept drinking and eating, and you can see Luffy just turning into a balloon because he's eating so much. And then, you see Zoro and Nami competing other people in drinking game, right? And one is down 12 drinks, 12 people, and then the other is down 15 people. Like, what is going on? I'm like, guys, these guys are not good people. Wake up!
I know because we as the readers are like, why do you keep drinking? Don't pass out. They're going to do something terrible. Stop.
It's so obvious.
Yeah. And you get Mr. 13 and the Vulture Miss Friday staring out in the distance as the sun's setting, and it adds that sense of like, okay, something is very wrong here. And you learn very next chapter as they're being fed and everything that Miss Wednesday is sending out like that note in the Baroque Works box, which we get our first mention of the organization.
Baroque. Yes. Yep. And so I was going to talk about Usopp for a second because I love the party. I love the setup of this whole party, right? Because I'm looking at it from a perspective of having been to parties, right? And like over here there's one section of people and they're laughing and cheersing and talking, and over there's another section and they're doing shots and they're eating, and over there's like people are dancing or whatever's going on. So the entire village is celebrating the arrival of these pirates. Meanwhile the village is manipulating them, of course, because they're trying to get them to pass out, but they're like holding drinking games. But then you've got Usopp over here who's like spinning yarns and telling everybody all these crazy lies again, and they're buying it hook, line, and sinker. They're like, "Oh, Usopp, you're such a hero, and you're such a like you're the captain." But nobody seems to care from our side of the house because he's just such an endearing character. They're sort of like, "Yeah, that's Usopp, just let him go." But that character is developing so beautifully. I love him.
Like now when he's telling those stories, it's like we as readers were like, I think he has earned it. We like him enough. And
let him tell
what he did. Yeah, we saw what he did in the Arlong Park, right? He's earned his place. So let him be happy.
Yep. And then Nami is like a little party animal. This girl is putting away 11, 12, 13 drinks, and she's still standing up. People are passing out all around her. Zoro's passed out. Everybody's just dropping like flies. Luffy, there's no food left in the entire village. He's eating everything. He looks like he's about to pop. I love it. I love that. Just that the artwork around this party is so cool.
Yeah, I want to mention about Usopp too. It's funny because it's a certain form of confidence, like he went from like I have we better not go on that island fever to like being the life of the party, telling stories about they're all made up, but telling stories to everybody. Like what a fun flip.
Yeah, I love it.
But let's talk about the consequences of what happens once these guys are all knocked out and everything. We get our actual reveals that Igaram is actually Mr. 8. So the whole island is part of Baroque Works, it seems like. And his day of the week equivalent is Miss Monday, the Jack's sister.
The Jack's sister, yeah.
The jacked sister. So it's interesting because Miss Monday sort of turned on them to allow for an escape, right? So it's interesting that
Later on.
yeah, it hasn't happened yet, but like it's interesting how they have these different sort of alliance, even though they're all part of this company and they're all ranked. And I wonder, is Monday more important than Wednesday? Just like 8 is more important than 9, or stronger, because obviously the sister is jacked. She's been taking the roids, but but like, yeah, I'm just like I feel like we could do a whole episode just on Baroque Works, and we don't even. I feel like we haven't even scratched the surface of what's going on here, but it's all very interesting to me. All like the rankings and the where they all sit. And this island, is everybody on the island Baroque, or are some of them? And what is their ranking? Are they numbers? So let's keep going.
Yeah, I think this scene in specific is again the classic character isolation that Oda does. So for like the past 5 chapters, we see Zoro passed out, right? And they're going through this up and down and the whale and everything, but he's asleep, deeply asleep. Nami tries to wake him up a couple of times. But then when we get to this village and they drink and they party and everybody's passed out, Nami seems to be the only last one who's like 15 drinks in, and then she's the last one to fall asleep. But in reality, Zoro is awake, right? And when these guys are making this plan of saying like, okay, great, we have, they're all passed out. What now? What are we going to do now with them? Do we hand them over to the government, or do we just like kill them because they can be worth more alive than dead? And they're negotiating that plan. And then Zoro is standing on top of the roof. It just gave me that sense of like he feels like a ninja, like the moon is behind him and he's this tiny figure on top of the roof.
Yeah. And well, give me your full breakdown, right? Did it change? I mean, this was basically the question that I was going to ask, but did it change your opinion of him, or did you think that he was going to be this kind of character from the beginning?
Zoro?
Like like the cool protector, the one that's there.
I knew it from the start. He was from the start, and it still is my favorite character here. This guy, he's always one step ahead in his sort of like thinking. He's a natural born warrior. He's goal oriented. He's got he doesn't have a chip on his shoulder. He has an innate desire to be the best. So I love that kind of stuff. He's also a protector. He's he's got a heart of gold. So like I'm all in on Zoro. So I knew I knew something. I knew he was going to somehow. Because I was like, wow, everybody's passed out? Is it that easy? There's no way it's that easy. One of them has to. And Luffy's, it looks like he's a balloon about to pop, so he's not going to be the one in this scenario.
No, he's in a food coma.
Yeah, so I was like, it has to be one of them, and if it's got to be somebody, I assume it's going to be Zoro, and I had that one.
Yeah, for Zoro, this is the first time I actually see him being playful as well. Like the whole scene of like him jumping off the roofs, and he wasn't trying to, I think, hurt the people like these guys. He could have cut him in half, but he didn't. And I think at one panel he mentions like, okay, this is a great opportunity to try my swords. To test my swords, right?
His new swords, yeah. He's like,
and then he picks up his first sword, the snow chaser. What was the real name in Japanese?
Oh,
do you remember? Yeah. What was it called?
Yubashiri. I have it.
Yubashiri. Yeah, the Yubashiri. he says, "You're the first one, right?" And then he tests that against that crew. But it's such a playful thing. Like I could hear the ding 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 music, like the fun music in the background as he's jumping around and trying to evade them, and then you know,
Yeah, he sees them as just like practice, right?
Yeah.
He's just like, come on, let's give it a shot. Like, well, almost like a waste of time.
Yeah, it's nice to
running
see him in
snow,
that.
Yubashiri.
It's nice to see him in this
Running
playful
snow.
mood instead of like being deadly serious. Like every time we've seen him in a fight, he's like fighting to kill, right, or fighting to die.
Right.
But in this
they
sense,
also-
he's like,
Yeah, they also think he's the captain
Yes,
Yeah.
because he's so strong.
because he's such a badass. They're like, oh, he surely is the captain. Look at this guy. I mean, he's wiping out an entire town.
Yeah.
That's funny. Meanwhile, Luffy's sleeping in the food coma.
it seemed weird, a good-natured kid like him being worth 30 million berries. That's what they say. They're like, that kid, that poor guy got caught up with this pirate.
Yeah, dude, Zoro put the fear of God into these guys. Like, holy. What did you guys think about the fact that it was Zoro that drops a little bit of exposition where he actually knows who this organization is and how it kind of works?
Yeah, I know.
He gets approached by the characters that try to hire him. They're like, we're in need of someone with your we're in need of your services from somebody of your strength. And he was like, no way, I don't want to be a part of that. And they're like, nobody turns their back on us. That was Baroque Works, and he says it right here. I'm familiar with your organization. You tried to get me to work for you at some point.
He's a sourceman. He's a good one too. So they probably were like, "Oh, we're gonna get him on our team."
Exactly.
Well, they're an
like,
island of bounty hunters, and he used to be one too. So it only makes sense. So, I mean, one of the most notorious bounty hunters in the East Blue, as we know, everywhere they go, people are like, it's Zoro from the moment we meet him.
Yep. By the way, Miss Monday knocks the hell out of him with those brass knuckles. Like, jeez,
That's a cool panel. That's
I know, and
a loud panel. Yeah.
I was like, oh shit, is he down? Like, is this a turn? And now we're gonna have to get and like, because you know how Zoro like starts the fight and then sometimes he gets himself in trouble and then somebody else has to come step in. So I was like, oh crap, we might be done here. But no, we're not.
The panels after this one hit even harder. The ones where he grabs her by the face and just gets
True
up.
test of
like,
strength. Like,
yeah.
dude. Zoro keeps getting stronger and stronger and stronger for me, which I love because he has to, because he's eventually going to have to fight Mihawk again. And he has to keep improving, getting stronger, and he's got better swords, and he's winning more fights. So I love watching characters level up. Love it. Because it's part of my favorite part of being in a game myself is leveling up characters, finding new weapons, finding new armor, finding health, upgrading your health, all that kind of stuff. It's awesome watching it happen.
Opening cash registers while you're getting pushed by another team.
Oh!
one shot shotguns in the stairs. PTSD.
Oh no.
Speaking of weapons, how interesting was this fight? We got brass knuckles, we got a baseball bat, a musical instrument that was a shotgun. Miss Wednesday.
It was a saxophone. This is a saxophone shotgun or something.
Shotgun, yeah. Dude's got like guns coming out of his hair. Miss Wednesday does that like hypnotizing dance.
Yeah.
The name for the bat attack, what was it called? The hot-blooded bat of guts or something?
Yeah.
That was
The
like,
bat
what?
of guts. Yep. Can you keep up with my acrobatics? Hot-blooded bat of guts. Like, bat of guts. Love it.
Love it. Oh man. And we got introduced to the duck Karoo.
Oh, that's
Karoo.
my
How
favorite
cool is
character.
Karoo?
Spot bill.
I'm claiming it. That's my favorite character.
You gonna ride Karoo?
Karoo and then quack. One word, quack. It runs the opposite direction. No, Karoo, this way.
Yeah, Karoo also, not only is Karoo cool, but he's got a barrel on his chest with a straw so that he can hydrate.
I love it. I love
That's
it.
so
Karoo.
cool.
So we get to see more and more animal play an active role. You get to see the otter and the vulture.
Yeah.
We saw Laboon, and now we see Karoo. So
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah, we had an island full of exotic animals, the Neptunians.
Yeah.
Oh man, it's great. Before we move on to the next section, we'll talk about the consequences of this fight against all the bounty hunters. But I wanted to make sure that I mentioned one thing here. Sorry, it was in my notes. I apologize. I am flipping through them. I made sure to write it down. Ah, yes, the reference. This whole thing seems like a reference to the film, The Mask of Zorro. The whole vibe of like the playful swordsman, also named Zorro, going up against the town. In The Mask of Zorro would be the guards of the town.
The jumping around, evading, then fighting for a little bit.
The style of the buildings as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah, and that sense of being so much better than them, so that it's not that you're taking your guard down. It's more just like you're sort of whimsically beating them with like one hand tied behind your back. You know, that sense of like just being so much better than them at fighting that you're just like, you know, like, oh God, I'm so bored. Like, again, I got to go to a Matrix reference, but it's like when Neo finally realizes he's the one and he's fighting Mr. Smith and he's just like, ugh, we're done here.
Yeah. So let's talk about the consequences of what ends up happening because of Zoro's actions. Luffy wakes up. He completely doesn't know what's going on, but he sees everybody is beat up. And he throws down against Zoro. And they end up having a little bit of a mini duel with each other.
Mm-hmm.
The coolest thing, so again, and I referenced this in the last episode, I need to stop questioning Luffy because he just is who he is, right? So I have to always assume that the outcome is going to be okay. But like, he didn't put any time or research into that activity. He just made up his mind that all of a sudden his best friend was a bad guy, like, and just acted upon it. And then even when Zoro was like, "Let me explain," he's like, "No." And I'm saying, Luffy, brother, this is your boy. Let him at least tell you why he did what he did, you know, before you go shooting off at the hip. But it had to happen that way because their fight was so much more powerful than the fight that Zoro was having, that fight beat all the bad guys just by them being close to it, which was so cool to watch.
Completely overshadowed the next two characters that like the fresh characters that show up, Mr. Five and I forgot the name of the other character.
Miss Valentine and
Miss
Mr.
Valentine.
Five.
So we've moved away from the day of the week.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Now
So,
we're in.
Miss
Now
Valentine.
we're in. Maybe we're in holidays now.
Oh yeah.
Versus the verb.
Yeah.
Maybe it's the noun Valentine versus the verb. I don't know. But they're
They'll
both
get there.
officer agents and VP officer agents. So now 5. So we haven't met 6 or 7, but we have met 8 and 9. And 8 and 9 were 8 was a mayor. So I'm starting to we're starting to be able to rank. So mayors, maybe all the mayors are 8s. Maybe 8 means mayor, and then maybe 5 is an officer agent, and holidays are an officer. Oh man, there's so much going on here. We need to go down that rabbit hole.
They do say that the numbers indicate their strength. The closer to 0, the stronger you are. Igaram says that after he gets beaten up.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So
yes.
the Luffy. So not to forget the coolest panel where Zoro bounces off Luffy's stomach.
Yeah, he's like, "Don't move."
It's such a cool panel because you can see him like going so fast, like blurring into the light towards Mr. Five,
Yeah.
right, with his sword. Yeah, and then Luffy wakes up, beats the crap out of Mr. Five for a brief period, and he's like, "That was good exercise. That's good digestion," and then
Yeah.
comes back to fight Zoro. So he completely overshadows, as he said, the rest two threats.
Yeah, and so I love Mr. Five because, I mean, first of all, he's just a badass looking dude. Like, what a vibe. But he's also, what did he eat? He ate the boom boom fruit.
The boom boom fruit, yes.
How disgusting! How disgusting are exploding boogers?
But it's genius. It's genius, dude. Your whole body can
Genius.
explode.
I know,
And it's a ranged
I know.
attack.
He's just like,
But it was not the right time to read it because I was having my lunch at work while I was reading this. And I was like, what is it with his finger up his nose the whole time? And then he's like exploding
by the
boogers.
way-
I'm like, come on, man.
everybody picks their nose in this damn story. Everybody. What's up with that? With his Oda's
I'm
obsession with
expecting
nose pickers.
like when the SBS catches up, because they're I think a couple of chapters behind, as I noticed, right? Like they keep referencing things from the past a lot. But when it catches up to this arc, somebody's gonna bring this up. It's like, why is everybody so obsessed with their nose? Is there one piece hidden in there, or what?
Well, the funny
the
thing is,
true
I think one
treasure.
of the
You're digging for gold.
well, that maybe that's the point. Remember, we talked about last episode that there's so many of these little meta things that you could break down and talk about in every little scene.
Yeah.
Maybe that is the reference that's being made. But in one of the SBSs recently, I think somebody asked him, and they said something like, "Well, you mentioned that you make the same faces of the characters when you're drawing them. Sometimes you think he's just picking his nose as he's drawing the scene the whole time."
That's funny.
Love it.
But yeah, Zoro flies in towards him with his sword out and cuts the booger into half. Splits
That was
it
amazing.
into-
Amazing. He's getting better and better every chapter, stronger and stronger every chapter. They all are really, but Zoro is. I just love that character. I just love everything about it. He speaks to me on every level. Every book, every comic, every movie I've ever fallen in love with has had a character like him in it.
Yeah, you need that quintessential fighter, the cool guy.
But at this point, we know Igaram is in trouble by the mystery organization, by the Baroque Works, right? They've come here. Mr. Five is sent here not just to clean up the pirate crew that's staying over here, Luffy and the others, but also to clean up, the rat, the spy in the house, which is Igaram. Yeah.
And therefore the story must progress. The fun needs to come to a quick little pause, and we need to push the story forward.
Yeah, I love it. My cover's blown. I'm finished. And I was like, wait, what? What you mean? Cover? What are you talking about? Like this, it's like constantly revealing and peeling the layers of the onion. I'm like, what do you mean cover? You're the mayor of this cactus island. What all of a sudden are you covering?
Yeah, we know that you work for the Baroque Works, right? We know that's the mayor is your cover for the Baroque Works, but you have another cover that's hidden from the Baroque Works itself. He's trying to work against the Baroque Works, and they just found out.
Yeah, but it's interesting because it's not just him that's working against the Baroque Works, because we've seen little references here and there of obviously you have to be 100% committed to Baroque Works or else they catch you and kill you. But there's some little sleeper cells in here that are against Baroque Works, that are working with Baroque Works, but as insiders, they've infiltrated Baroque Works, but there's a heavier purpose, which I love. So Igaram is actually working against Baroque Works to protect the the Princess of
country.
Alabasta. What was?
Yeah, yeah.
How do you do? Can we just call her Vivi? Unless
can
I have
start
to
calling
figure out
her
how to
Vivi
say
now.
Nefeltari Vivi.
We
Oh,
could call her Vivi.
Hello, Vivi.
Oh, I love Vivi so much.
yeah. The Princess of Alabasta. I think that's how it's pronounced, right?
Alabasta.
It is Alabasta with an L. It is pronounced Arabasta with an R.
Oh,
I was
Arabasta.
just-
Right,
whatever.
that makes sense, right? Rogue
Yeah.
Town, Logue Town, Zoro, Zolo. Yep.
I see. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, so now we're starting to get a sense that there's a layer in Baroque Works that's working in Baroque Works but against Baroque Works to protect the Princess of Alabasta, which I'm still a little bit confused as to why they were hiding her. So what's the purpose of Baroque Works trying to destroy Alabasta? Where's Alabasta? Who's on it? Why are they trying to fight her? So, but now I'm on board, right? We have to protect her. We have to get her safely to Alabasta. Everybody's working. Now we've got Miss Sunday, the jacked woman who's also helping us. We've got
Miss Monday. Miss Monday. That's Miss Monday. Jesus
Miss
Christ.
Monday.
Man. I thought you said you wrote down the names this week.
I did. Miss Monday.
Miss
God,
Monday
this is
is-
so many. We got introduced to like 50 characters in two
There's 7
chapters.
days. It's not that hard.
I know. Oh no, Kaiser is in trouble.
Man, I'm telling you, he's a machine. But anyway, can I talk about Nami again? God, I love this woman.
Go ahead.
She's like, she's such an opportunist. She sees an opportunity to make that coin, and she just drops it and is like, I'll save her for 1 billion berries. And everyone's like, what, 1 billion? That's the first time I even knew that they worked in billions in this story. But like, what? That's such quid pro quo. This girl's about to die. Everybody's trying to save her. They're all getting their asses kicked. And she's like, I'll save her for 1 billion berries. But she's not the one that's going to save her. Zoro has to do it.
Yeah. Yeah, Zoro has
So
to do it.
she's like betting Zoro's life for 1 billion berries.
What a beautiful callback to like this thing that's already happened in the past. We're always looking forward at these like possible, predictable, foreshadowy moments, but she has such a solid case against Zoro. I lent you money not too long ago. You owe me. So let's cash in. And this is how you return the favor.
Yeah, she's such a manipulator. She's such a little deal maker. She's like quid pro quo queen. Like HR, we got to send Nami to HR. She needs to be. Somebody needs to talk to this girl. He doesn't owe her any money. She lent him 100 grand, but he didn't need the money, so he gave it right back to her. And she's like, "Yeah, but it was at 30% interest." Yeah. He's like, "What? I gave the money back to you." She's like, "Yeah, but you didn't pay the interest." Like, what is wrong with this girl?
Yeah,
and why do I love her so much?
He does owe her the money because I mean, the intention was he took the money to buy things for himself, whatever he needed. Specifically speaking, swords,
he paid it back.
I know, but he
paid, but he only paid back what he borrowed, not 300%.
But he paid it back within
capitalism,
like
man.
20 minutes.
Capitalism.
He paid it back in 20 minutes.
We're talking about it doesn't matter. He still has to pay the 300, percent interest. You know,
man.
There's like paying early interest as well. Like if you you get penalties, man.
All right. Let's move on with the story. We gotta save Princess Vivi. Everyone's on board. They gotta go up against Mr. Five, who's this unstoppable force. He's blowing people up left, right, and center. But now the crew has a reason to help. They just made the deal. They have to jump in, and we get a little bit of lore exposition where Nami is just chilling while Zoro has to go do all the work, and she's getting all the tea. It's Baroque Works is a criminal organization. Nobody knows what the boss looks like. They deal with assassination, theft, and bounty hunting. The boss is the one who controls everything, and their goal is to create some sort of utopia. And it seems like the way they're going to do this is by starting some sort of civil what's the word I'm looking for here? Strife in
Right.
Alabasta, and then essentially come in and take over. It looks like, and
Yeah, it's
we
a
get the
false
leader.
flag. It's a false flag attack to create a sense of need for Baroque Works to come in and rescue them, so that they can deceive them with ideals of a utopian society.
The leader's code name is Mr. Zero, and we learned his actual name a little bit later in a slip up that Vivi has.
Unfortunately,
Yeah. And this again is where we get that reveal that the higher your position, the more powerful you are, and the closer to the number 0 your code name is also indicates strength. So they've only sent us a Mr. 5 so far.
right?
And Mr. 8 was a little bit of a joke. Mr. 9 is a fucking bro, though, as we're about to see in a little bit here. But yeah, so there's actually now a tangible reason for the whole arc in the direction that we're going in.
Right. And is Zero, obviously Zero's going to be incredibly powerful, but 5 was pretty easy to beat, actually, which I was kind of shocked at. That fight didn't last very long against Zoro and Luffy. But is there a negative one? Because we've got 7 warriors. We've got they're not a part of this crew. Like I just have to start mapping this stuff out. I'm gonna be like I'm gonna have red string all over my walls.
Yeah.
I think we'll have to like start journaling this, like writing names down and then do the math. And
obviously my
map it
journaling isn't getting me very far because I write this shit down and I'm still more confused than ever every week.
See, this is one of the reasons.
Yeah.
I was getting a lot of comments about when are you going to reveal this to them? When are you going to correct this about it? But I think part of the beauty is be wrong. Be wrong about it until you get far enough in the story that you want to do it for yourself. That you want to start going back and being like, okay, you know what? I need to connect these dots. Because I can sit here correcting you all day. But this is a lot more fun.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure it is watching us bang into walls all day.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. It makes for entertaining content. Hey, and look, I know it would be a lot more fun straightforward if I started handing you this information. But hey, be wrong, figure it out. It's your journey.
Yeah.
Right, like Dragon, where does he play into this? Is he in Baroque Works? Is he not in Baroque Works? Is he Zero? He's not Crocodile. What is he? Who are all these? What ecosystem do they fall under? And is there going to just be this incredible battle at the end between all the bosses? I don't know where we're headed with. I'm so confused. Happily confused.
Happily confused. Sorry, Ifo, did you want to add something real quick? Because we just dropped this man's name and we need to acknowledge Sir Crocodile.
Yes.
Oops.
So we know. Yeah, it's an oopsie on.
I just dropped it the same way it was dropped on us, by the way.
Yeah.
He's writing down the names of all the warlords we've heard of, the warlords we've met. We've met Mihawk, right? And we've heard of
Jinbei.
Sir Crocodile.
Jinbei, and then Sir Crocodile.
Wait,
Crocodile
Jinbei's a warlord?
Yeah. They told us Jinbei was a warlord.
Oh my god. Atho, I just said we only know 2, and you agreed with me.
Well, we 3. Only know 2, but 3
we haven't met. Yeah, we haven't met any of them except for.
We've only met 1.
Yeah.
Have there been any other references to warlords other than those 3?
No.
Okay, cool. All right, we're on the same page.
Yeah, so through an honest mistake, we learned the name of the warlord, who's the head of the Baroque Works, Sir.
Sir.
Call him Mister. Call him Mister. You're Mr. Afo. He's Sir Crocodile.
Sir Crocodile.
That's Sir.
There's a serious lack of respect for names.
Sir Crocodile. Sir Crocodile. It's the name. It's Crocodile. Like, is he, what's it called? A hybrid of human and a crocodile? Because we met Arlong, right? He was a hybrid of a shark and a human.
Yep.
Really, really interested to meet him. We've only heard the name. and people that find out the name, they are supposed to be dead.
Oof. I'm just gonna Google
Yeah,
it
judging
real
by
quick. You don't
Vivi's
mind doing it?
reaction, that was a pretty big mistake.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot going on now. All of a sudden, things are heating up. Things are moving really quickly, and I feel like they're dropping a lot of new characters, a lot of storyline stuff, like setting us up for what's to come. So I was starting to get a little bit confused, but then it all sort of came together when they were like when they were, because it's supposed to be a mystery. So I'm supposed to be in the dark, right? So then I was like, okay, well, don't worry about it. You don't need to know all this stuff because they don't actually know it either. So then I was like, okay, let's relax and just keep reading. But I was getting upset that I couldn't figure it out because I didn't know who any of these people were.
Yeah, I think, see, when I said earlier that the crew members actually don't know each other's real identity, right? Igaram was able to keep his real identity hidden in the Baroque works. And the same works for the boss. People that are here, Mr. Five, doesn't know the real name of, well, probably he does. That's why he's here to like keep it a secret. But most people don't know the real name of the head of the Baroque works, Sir Crocodile.
Well, so Mr. 8, Igaram, and Miss Monday, the sister, have to know each other because they're both protecting Princess of Alabasta, right?
Seemingly, yes.
So they're keeping that
I mean,
secret together because they were both fighting to save her to make sure she could get to the boat. So they had to be in on it.
I think what happened was it was on the spot. They saw what was happening, like in a couple of panels, their identity was exposed. But over the years, like spending so much time with each other and being partners, they have a bond where they're like, you know what? Even if you are working against Baroque Works and if you're like trying to destroy it, I still have that companionship with you, and you're still a friend. And I would go to the length of like trying to protect you from Mr. Five and the other characters.
That was Mr. Nine
So,
specifically that you're talking about.
Yeah.
Did that. Mr. Nine, what a bro, what a good guy.
yeah,
What a bro.
and the Jack sister too, right? She tries to help as well.
Yeah, she's like, go get on the boat. I'll take care of them. It's that like and that's like always the Jack sister. It's always a great scene where one of the characters is willing to give up their life to protect another. It happens a lot. It's a great plot line because it makes the character who lives have something more to live for. The memory of the person who sacrificed themselves for them, to get to that goal, to get to that it's like gas for the car. I love that story.
Yeah. Before we push into the end, I just want to mention a really funny scene where like Mr. Crocodile's name was just dropped, and then Miss Friday and Mr. 13 are there. They're looking, they fly away, and it's like, oh no, they're gonna know, we have a problem. And then the otter comes back, and he's just sketching everybody. And he turns
she's
around.
like, well, because Nami's like, oh, no, they don't know who I am, so I'm out of here. And then the otter's like, he's got a
He just
beautiful
sketches a
drawing.
picture. And she's like, wow, you're so good.
Yeah, because that's a artist to artist, right?
And now they're on the hit list themselves.
Yeah, you can see Nami's habits kicking in of like leaving the crew in the first sign of trouble. She's like, you know what? I'm out of here. So Luffy's the face of the crew. Second in line is Zoro. They're gonna get in trouble. I'm out of here, right? I don't want to die. And then the otter is like, not so soon. I got your picture too.
Look at how that beautiful drawing. Wow, you're good. But like Nami again is just like, bye. Good luck. Like she's just she's still kind of stuck in that like survivor mode that she's been in for so long. So it's like slowly but surely she's starting to kind of ease off that gas pedal. But in moments like this, she shows her those old habits.
Yeah, and I think it's just comedy as well. Like into such a serious situation, Oda always, plays a little, and he's like, I am out of here, and then the otter's like, not so soon, turn back.
Yeah. And then
Oh,
it flips because like Vivi's the one that just made a mistake. She was, Nami's pissed at her. And then suddenly Vivi's the one consoling Nami. She's like, "Well, I have money saved up. It's okay."
It's all right. We'll be
I have about 500,000 berries saved up.
you know, it's bad when the person that's like trying to console the other, and it becomes the guy that's crying in the beginning is the one consoling the consolers. Like, it's
Yeah.
okay, it's gonna be fine.
This is great. Me. I guess it's like I can say, and I haven't seen this part of the live action, which is great because I can't wait to see how this character comes across. But I feel like after he does that, he sings his words like me. Everything's under control. I have a plan. Like is that. That's how I see him in my head. I don't know what you guys see.
Yeah, and it's again the uniqueness of each individual character. They just keep showing up. Everybody is so interesting. Every single one we meet has these unique ticks and flavors to them. I've told you guys this before. I don't remember if I did it on air. And you have seen a little bit of the anime. We'll talk about it. But every character has a unique laugh as well. And
Yeah.
you only get that really in the Japanese version of it, because it's written phonetically, or in the anime where you can hear it for yourself.
Yep.
Yeah.
Beautiful. And then I love how they're devising this plan to help. Obviously it's not a unique plan, but to cause a ruse to give them time to escape. But it's like these people are willing to give up their lives to save the princess.
Mm-hmm.
It's sort of an allusion to many, many stories of where the princess is always this sort of like central character. Me and my Star Wars references, but like Princess Leia, like people were willing to lay down their lives to get her to get her to escape. And there's even a great reference where Zoro says, "I'm here to rescue you," which of course then comes the next line, "Aren't you a little," or the line before that, "Aren't you a little short for a stormtrooper?" That's not the case here. But "I'm here to rescue you" is like a classic line from Star Wars, and yet it's in here, and my favorite character says it. So just another lock me in.
Yeah. We get another interesting instrument, part of our journey through this world. We get what's called an eternal pose.
Eternal pose.
An eternal pose. So it's a log pose that remembers one location forever. And no matter where you go, it always points to the same island. And this one points to Alabasta.
Mm-hmm.
But unfortunately, things are not as simple as it seems. The crew cannot sail there directly because Igaram takes it so he can meet them there. And then unfortunately, we lose Igaram.
In a fiery death. Like a terrible, horrible way to die.
Yeah.
And like the shading of these guys when they're watching the explosion go off, like Oda is an absolute master of black and white.
I was
just
thinking like
mind-boggling.
right before that. Yeah, right before that, I was thinking. I was like, it's shouldn't be that simple. There has to be a stop in between somewhere, right? And then we see that panel. I'm like, okay, there he goes. And then we have our introduction to Senki's most favorite character.
I'm going to need a few hours to talk about that in a little bit. So let's finish story first.
But like I love this like sort of like head whip, and you can see that he exhaled like a and then I liked that guy. Like now you're on Luffy's shit list. Like whoever just did that, like that's not the side of Luffy you want to be on.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then the restraint from Vivi, where she sees him explode and she's biting down on her lip so hard she's bleeding. And now Nami again is the one consoling her.
Yep.
Yeah.
So they're bonding. They're creating this like this need to take care of each other. So they're just deepening the relationships.
Yeah, and you can slowly see the priorities shifting in Nami's head from the billion berries to just like trying to save the princess. You know,
Right.
like you can see her slowly warming up to the character instead
Yeah,
of like
yeah.
completely just tied to the contract of like, okay, we'll deliver you there and you pay us up, right? I don't think it's gonna be that simple. It's just gonna, yeah.
No, but and then these two clowns were still asleep the whole time. Sanji and Usopp were dead asleep through all of this.
Yeah, Oda uses that in such a smart way. It's like isolating these characters, like separating these characters. How do you do that? Okay, well they drank a lot that night. You know,
They drank a lot. Did you like that he grabbed him by his nose?
Yeah, it's like, he was running with them. They
dragging him by his nose.
Yeah, they wake up briefly, and then they we see them asleep again. I actually thought that they passed out because he was dragging them all the way to the boat.
Yeah, let me. We are headed towards the end of this episode, but let me just for a second tell you guys how much I appreciate this chapter 113. Like it is just peak One Piece. And don't let me put words in your mouth. I'm going to make this statement. Correct me if I'm wrong, but this is one of those chapters that makes me want to acknowledge that this series is perfect for us. Like this is how we are, not just as friends, but as people. We have the chapter beginning literally with this really cool scene, really cool panel of Luffy and Zoro just beating Mr. 5 and Miss Valentine, right? So you start off with really cool. They continue their fight. Nami punches them both. She is weaker than them. Nami punches them
she
both.
knocks
So now we have
them both to the ground.
Right? And then we get serious exposition of like, okay, this is what's going on in the world. We need to get our shit together. We need to move to the next island. And then you play it as a joke where, the otters drawing pictures of us. So now they know what we look like. We have to be a part of this battle. Then you get the joke again of Igaram dressed as Vivi, and it's not even close. It's not even close.
I have a plan.
And then he immediately gets blown up. We have this super, super serious moment. And then we're pulling Usopp by his nose.
Yeah.
All in the same chapter.
Yeah, it's just such a roller coaster of emotions.
I was going to say, it's nonstop,
And then there's a reveal. Of quite possibly the hottest new character in the entire series.
Allow me, please. I insist. Miss All Sunday. Oh my God.
Oh boy.
That hat. I am absolutely
you had me at
in
hat.
love. I am absolutely in love. She is the Baroque Works Vice President and Supreme Commander. And oh my God. How much time do you guys have for me to show appreciation to Miss All Sunday? Somebody needs to stop and look at this.
Sunday.
Look at this. I'm sorry, Afo. This is neither going to be a Nami conversation or an Alvida conversation.
No, it's fine. The stage is yours, my friend. You can praise all you
She's so hot. She got a pink sticky.
Look, I appreciate that, Kaiser. I appreciate you doing that for my girl. She is mysterious. She's gorgeous. She's just nonchalant.
I love how Senki puts his hand on his heart when he's talking. It's a natural reaction. He didn't plan on that. I know. When he was talking, he put his hand on his heart. He's like,
I have the chapter. I've been looking at this chapter this whole time. Every time I looked away from the camera, I'm just looking at her.
It's like putting your hand on the Bible. It's, everything I say is truth. I would say nothing but the truth.
And also, I think based on her name, Sunday, she seems like she's the most powerful day of the week. That I would say that our week starts on Sunday.
Again, vice president and supreme commander.
Oh, Kaiser, it clicked now. Okay, so the closer you are to 0 in numbers, the more powerful you are, right? And the closer you are to Sir Crocodile. And
Right.
the closer you are to the beginning of the week, the more powerful you are,
Yeah, I think
or the more
so.
important you are. Okay, I see, I see. Yeah, and she's the one that she's actually like met Sir Crocodile, right? Like they were in some sort of a relationship.
Well, you would assume so, right? Again,
Yeah,
I'm going to
yeah.
repeat it one more time so it makes sense to you.
Okay.
Vice President and Supreme Commander of
Yeah,
Baroque
yeah,
Works.
Yeah, I know.
So if
Not
the
like
leader,
some sort of
if the,
intimate relationship, right?
not with him, with me, absolutely.
Okay, keep dreaming, man.
Keep dreaming.
This is where I accidentally dropped a spot. I'm going to stop talking. I'm just going to look at you guys. Finish the rest of the episode. Look at that.
I've never seen Senki so out of place. He's
Senki.
like, I'm vulnerable right now. I don't
Oh,
have my armor.
screw the script. Forget about the script. Look at this. She's just
flustered
knocking
right
them
now.
off the railing. There's a gun in her face. Doesn't even matter. Like, it just takes Luffy's hat casually.
Let's talk about the days of the week. I'm
You
so
want me to
curious
stop
about
talking
I
about
want to
this
do.
all Sunday to talk about
Yeah,
the
I'm
calendar?
trying to get you off the topic.
Okay, I'm sorry. You're right. You're right. Go ahead.
All right, Miss Sunday is the VP of Supreme Commander of Baroque Works. We have Miss Valentine. She does not fit into the days of the week. We have Miss Monday. Miss Monday's got to be the weakest.
Sir, Monday comes after Sunday.
I know, but
She's jacked,
but
dude.
maybe
It's
the
Jack
days of the
Nun,
week.
come on.
Yeah, she's pretty jacked. So that she's the sister. What was her title?
I don't
We
know.
haven't
I'm
met
still stuck
Tuesday.
on Sunday, bro. I don't know.
I know. Yeah.
April, you're gonna have to save us.
He is. Look at him. We've lost him. We've lost our host.
No, I was actually thinking.
And it's
I was
only
thinking
Saturday.
about-
It's only
I was
Saturday.
I know. You guys are thinking about the days of the week. I'm thinking about Alvida.
God. I can't get
No,
Nami out of my head either.
It's
I'm
super
like Sanji.
cool. I
Yes,
love. Yeah, I love how mysterious she is. Like she speaks very little, and she doesn't even like do anything to show that she has really she's really powerful or anything.
Right.
She takes Luffy's hat though, which was I was on the edge of my seat.
doesn't
I was
just
like, are
take
they gonna
it.
fight?
She doesn't
Yeah,
take it. She sort of like just. It just kind of floats off his head and comes right to her. So she has to have.
Yeah,
She's got a lot of powers.
yeah, but she doesn't fight them, and she's like, you know what? I'm gonna help you on the opposite. I'm gonna help you because I just want to, but we'll see.
Well, she also says that she doesn't even need to bother killing them because the next place they're going to is called Little Garden, and she doesn't say much about it, but apparently
we
it's dangerous enough that it doesn't even matter.
We see a giant footprint and a tiger. So
Yeah.
I think Little Garden
it's
is
more
not a
like-
place you want to hang out.
Yeah, so it's more like, you know what, you guys want to go towards your death. I'm going to give you the guidance towards it. I won't even bother killing you myself. So,
She even offers them a log pose, or an eternal pose rather, to the island before Alabasta, and Luffy does Luffy and he destroys it.
yeah.
Yeah, so and yet again another sort of rebellious move, but also one that I absolutely loved was like that sense of like she's not deciding what course we take. Not he's not saying it because he's the captain and he makes those decisions. In my mind, he said it because he is the embodiment of free will, and her giving them that sort of like direction meant that they no longer have free will. So his destroying that was his way of keeping free will and ensuring that they remain pirates and go the direction that they want to go when they want to go. So to me, that was a huge symbolism of, of freedom. That's my favorite word for this stuff. Am I crazy?
No,
Am I crazy?
No, you're spot on. He doesn't even hesitate when he does it, and he announces it very loudly. We decide.
And I think one of the crew members, like I think Nami confronts Luffy for like destroying the log post. Like, why is she's
reason?
Yeah, she's trying to help us, right? Why? And Luffy's like, I don't care. We'll choose our own course. And then she's like, what if she was telling the truth? Like, what if she's not lying? And they ask her, one of the, I don't know who, but they ask Miss Sunday, that are you lying to us? And she's like, I guess you'll find out. Like she doesn't confirm it or deny it. Like, I don't know. Maybe I am. Maybe I'm not. It's really interesting.
And she leaves on a turtle named Bunchi that's wearing a hat.
Yeah.
It's just so cool.
That is super cool. And then, of course, Luffy's just like, wow, that's a really big turtle.
Yeah, from the serious situation to a funny moment again. It's the exit.
I love his observational, like, it's like almost a sense of wonderment and naivety where he's just like, wow, a turtle.
The outlet, yeah, the expression of it, like without any hesitation, he says it out loud, like, "Oh wow,
a turtle," and the turtle's like, just like a odd hat wearing turtle, and I assume that's a sun hat because turtles get sunburn. I don't know. Beautiful, beautiful piece of artwork. Yeah.
Yeah.
And once again, we're left with that at the same time ominous sense of what is Little Garden that we were just warned about, but then also a sense of wonder. And Luffy goes, "Is it gonna snow? I think it's gonna snow again."
Yeah.
Right, and also Luffy looks at the island off in the distance, knowing that it's called Little Garden, and he says it's a big one. So the island is actually, I assume, large, even though it's called Little Garden. So
oh no, I think he was. What are you talking about? The turtle. That he's talking about the turtle is a big one. I am way off the train right now. I'm still looking at Miss All Sunday.
You are hilarious. All right, hold on. Miss Wednesday is Princess, right?
Vivi. Yes.
Vivi.
You need a log post for that.
I need a
Like
log post for Miss All Sunday.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so yeah, it's called Little Garden, but on Little Garden is a footprint that makes the tiger look like an ant. So what the hell is on Little Garden? Can't wait to find out. Well, hopefully Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday are on Little Garden, because I don't think we've met any of them yet. And I need to fill out my forms.
Yeah, there's a lot of numbers that are missing as well. We've only met Mr. 9, Mr. 5, Mr. 8. Those are the characters we've met. Yeah.
8 was
Igaram. Yeah.
Of Whiskey Peak.
Okay, I have come back down to reality.
Yes.
We need to finish the episode. As per usual, any predictions or theories for next time?
Yeah. I predict that Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday are on Little Garden.
I think we're going to meet our doctor on the Little Garden.
We need a doctor.
We still need a doctor.
Yep, we need a doctor.
We're going to get a musician.
Well, I was actually hoping that Igaram was going to be the musician when I saw the saxophone, but then I realized it was a shotgun. So that's not.
And I was hoping Crocus was going to be the doctor because he's an experienced doctor, right? But he didn't join. And that happens. That happens with Oda. Like we got Kobe. He didn't become the navigator. right?
Mm-hmm.
It's not necessarily somebody that possesses the skill has to join the crew. There has to be something that they're
Right.
looking
Yes.
for.
Right.
Yes. Yes. Like
Okay.
we said in the
Yeah,
retrospective.
we're getting. We want a doctor, but we're gonna get a musician. I'm sticking to that.
Okay. We want a musician, but we're going to get a doctor. I'm sticking to that.
And I am writing all of this down. At this point, I probably know the answer. Do we trust Vivi?
I have no reason
I'll say yes.
not to trust her yet. Yeah, I trust her.
I'll say yes. I think
Two people, well, one person died for her, and another person will probably die. I assume Miss Monday is going to get killed at some point because she went against the Baroque Works. So
not
she
to forget
should've-
Mr. Nine. Yeah.
Yep. So I trust her. Yeah, let's go with that.
Okay, cool. What a clean ending for a professional podcast. See you all next week.
See you next week. Bye.
Bye.